Yo, what up? Alright, someone say it. Someone, there it is. Okay, good.
Penis.
Welcome back to Nat19, Vestige of Ophiuchus, Campaign 1, Session 63. The Discord tracker has never been so large in the history of the universe on any stream anywhere. Corinne, what happened last time?
Thank God.
Oh, fuck.
I'm so glad it was me. Oh my god.
We found some artifacts and did I talk to the statue that one time? I don't remember actually.
Right?
Oh no, the cards! That's right, we did the card stuff.
That was the previous game.
Yeah.
I don't fucking remember.
I wasn't paying attention. I don't fucking care.
So as you all prepare to fight, as Murkwire strikes them and knocks them off course, Tenebros leaves all of your vision as they dip down below the edge of the balcony that's in front of you. Hanzo, down below, we'd say that you'd be about heckin' there. You, making your way up towards it, would see this dragon get knocked off center and seems to be attacking what you presume to be the royalty of the city, and Hanzo, you have the first turn.
Okay, then I'm gonna move 30 feet over to here, and then I'm gonna target, and then I'm gonna start shooting at him.
Oh,
I can't get into melee easily.
The good thing about being last is I got all the time in the world.
Go ahead and rush over there. You rush over there. As you do, a large bit of floating city does careen by you. That large boulder is effectively a chunk of one of the districts floating through the air. I'd say about where you are, you'd be like on top of it. It's a bit farther down. We'll say that one is 50 feet down. So you get to it, land on it, run across the top of it, and you see the dragon clinging to the side of the building, preparing to, looks like preparing to climb back up the side of it.
Yeah, I don't like that. It's very unfriendly. It's a very unfriendly thing for it to do. So I will give it the present of several arrows.
Alrighty.
Alright, so I'm taking attack and first attack.
Oh, good start!
Aggression!
Alright.
Oh!
My god.
So I'm gonna give him the tickles.
So, your bow is not magical, is it?
It is.
It is
plus
magical? It is not parsing as such. Let's fix that.
Okay.
Huh.
Fair.
Because, yeah, it's a +1 longbow. It says it should be doing magic.
There's a period after piercing instead of a comma.
Oh.
They got him. Whenever you hit him, it does strike him. It does do, real quick.
12 damage?
Yes.
I thought so.
Understandable.
Yeah, some of the players should remember this. This came up in the tournament.
Heck.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and continue the rest of my action now that I feel like we have the math part down.
Yeah. Sorry about that.
That's okay. Wait.
You fire, that one collides with it and just breaks off of it as the arrow strikes it. It just dings off and floats harmlessly to the side.
Oh no. Let's go.
Well, the first one was still pretty good, so I feel pretty confident about my turn overall. Psych, I have a third attack.
You fire another arrow at it, it collides with it again, it does not, it does hit it, but it doesn't seem to even notice it. The first arrow, when it strikes in, it lets out a roar as it reels back, and then the following two arrows just clang off of it harmlessly. Particular Murkwire. So, what is Murkwire going to do?
Let's make this combat tracker even worse. I want to spend 6 of his hit die to summon Orbis.
He can't do that.
What? What?
I just forgot to remove it. I made it.
Oh, darn.
It's not there. I'm sorry.
Because I said so.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Oh, I was really banking on that. Also, does Murkwire have like the extended movement speed that barbarians get?
He should.
Yeah, it's just not programmed in.
I will go ahead and look at how much you should have. Rage damage. as a barbarian. So he should have what, like an extra
10 more feet.
10
yeah.
more feet. Yeah, he's got it.
Oh wait, is he wearing heavy armor?
Don't worry about it. He's been
Okay,
special
cool.
before. He's special now.
Okay, cool. All right, cool. Well, that works for me.
He's
in that case,
he has an NPC feat that lets him heavy armor as a barbarian. Don't worry about it. Just go for it. You got it.
Sounds like a new feat to write down.
It sounds like not.
Listen, he's hot. He gets to do what he wants. So
That's usually how it goes.
He's busy doing hot girl shit.
Yeah.
how far away is he, like, total?
He's 15 feet up, and he is... Let's target Merc.
65.
He's 30 feet away, and he's
Oh,
15
he's
feet up, so
15
he's
feet up.
80
Fuck.
feet... Well, he's 15 feet above ground level. He's 80 feet up from Tenebros, and he is 30 feet away. So I'd say we're gonna go 90 feet, we'll say.
Shit. All right. Well. Well, he'll start making his way down.
He
His
can
gonna
drop.
Move is.
Yeah, he can do the droppy thing.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he'll drop.
Okay.
So he can just get on level. With
Roll
him?
me a dexterity check for him.
Gotcha.
He was standing on a piece of floating debris. He rushes forward.
Runs today, boys. I'm so
He
worried.
falls. So the way this is going to go is as he'll be able to make it up. He like leaps down and goes to attack, but the weight of his armor causes him to fall farther than he means to. The Tenebros is going to get a reaction attack against him
That's fine.
as he passes by him and goes down to what we will say is going to be 90 feet. As he goes down, a claw comes up to strike him, attacks him, hits.
That makes sense.
As he falls, he gets kind of
fine,
battered
I'll
and
take it.
spins in the air, taking 17 damage as he spins, rights himself, and if you want to, he can use the rest of his movement to get back up in the air towards...
He will do so. Yes.
Okay.
And then he will use his two attacks to attack him recklessly because he's going to hit him either way. So,
He is a dragon.
he's a fucking dragon. Like, there's no point. He may as well. What are his main weapons? Like, what is he using? At the
Sorry,
moment?
yeah, heckin'. The thing about giving you guys NPC sheets is heckin'. I will unequip anything that he should not be able to use. So the gauntlets, the longbow, and the greatsword are all things that he can use. I will say that Murkwire would know he is immune to non-magical damage, which the greatsword is. It's not.
Okay.
It's not a +1 greatsword. So the only thing
It's
he
not
has.
a +1 greatsword.
No, it's just a
I thought
greatsword.
it was a greatsword of wounding.
He discarded that after he got control of himself back because he didn't like how it worked.
Ah, okay. Then
His
I
gauntlets
guess
are the only
thing
thing.
he can use is the combat gauntlets. Then
As he goes up, as he soars up towards him, he takes his blade and he hurls his greatsword up at it, and it clatters off of Tenebros harmlessly as he readies himself and starts going to town, punching him. Go ahead and roll your attacks.
does he have the heckin' passive Orbis effect where he can add a d6 of lightning to him?
He doesn't have any of the Orbis stuff. After his fight with you, Orbis stopped working for him.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right. Hiya!
That is a hit.
Oh, 19 is his AC. Cool. We figured it
Okay.
out. Hiya! Yes!
Yes! His tail swings down to try to block Murkwire, but Murkwire grabs onto it, uses it to propel himself up, and strikes him in the stomach.
He's very angry.
To be fair, he is very angry.
Oh! That hits!
Double rage
Hiya!
And that does
Oh, wait,
damage!
no, it works!
Now you literally can't not damage him with that.
Hell yeah, bitch.
That's true. Yeah.
Strikes him in the stomach. Tenebros lets out a draconic cry that fills the area, which Murkwire just matches with a and then punches him again. You all hear the sound of a massive impact down below as Tenebros actually reels back slightly from him, from the impact of it. As he moves up, he grips onto the side of the building, and rather than continuing to climb, he lunges forward and just starts flying up. He is going to leave the attack range of both Murkwire, Quintus, and of Omar. So you guys, if you want to, you could go for an attack on him.
Going for it.
Could Murkwire attack recklessly?
No.
Wow, Omar.
Well,
Omar,
I
no.
knew that. I just wanted to try.
No! Please.
We have disadvantage.
Close your teeth and open them again. Maybe that'll work.
Change the color of your dice. It's like changing
Turn
them.
it off and on again.
That's the best we can do. We don't have sage.
You all go for
online.
attacks. You like all jump in all at once to try to get him as he takes off, and you're pushed back by the blast of wind that comes from it. As he gets up to the edge, and he climbs just into the edge of the balcony.
You came to me! Hooray!
And he is going to target
we live.
Fenris
Oh, that's
and
valid.
Flux.
As
As he reels back, and he is going to use his acid breath on the two of you.
GG, boys!
Oh! Is that dex? Is that a dex check?
It is, yes, it is. It's a dex save.
I'm gonna
yes.
use Heckin' Time's Embrace to get advantage on that.
Okay, go for it. Apply it to yourself.
I will.
As it comes up, reminder, Fenris, that you still have the ethereal form of the Pale Lady, kind of arms wrapped around you, the rest of the body floating with you as you move. Yeah, you do. They're
I have a buddy.
clinging on to you in a very ghost-like manner. Almost holding on to you as if they let go of you, they might float away. Whenever you do, you notice that their attention seems to be pointed at and notice the dragon before it comes up. Your flash of geniusing.
Yeah.
Look at you with your +6s on that now.
Gross. It's gross. I love it.
It comes up. Green energy begins building up inside the Tenebros. It blasts a radioactive line of acid down the center of the room. You both just fail. By a point.
With bless
so sad.
and flash of genius.
Holy fuck.
As you both take 44 damage. It cuts across both of you. This line of acid, of this glowing green radioactive acid, spurts forth and almost forms a momentary wall between all of you on either side of it. As it subsides, you smell burning flesh and singed hair as you see the two of them okay, but just left in this long scorch mark along the ground.
Well, that changed my turn quite a bit.
GG, boys.
Well, that was quite an exciting start. Let me just...
I'm double checking one effect, but...
You fool, we're all pissing ourselves.
So as that happens, legendary action between the turns. It is going to make a tail attack against Vogan.
Heck, come on, Bobo.
I need him to be
Swings
next to
up,
the dragon.
Strikes at you. Hits.
As expected.
I'm gonna use exemplary deflection on that one.
Mm-hmm.
Give me a
Okay,
sec.
and apply it. Okay. As it comes in towards you, you bring up the Sword of Eruption, hoping to deflect the massive tail heading towards you, and though not entirely successful, you manage to reduce 22 damage down to 11.
That's better.
As it hits you and
better than 22.
pushes you down into the ground, and you like fall down to your knees, and the tail scrapes across your blade, which you hold up against it as it hurts you. You feel a lot of muscle damage, but you manage to survive it. It is going to flap its wings inward. It's going to use wing attack. To everyone within 10 feet of it, which is Vogan and Fenris, are going to be affected by it.
I don't have a reaction.
Oh, heck.
I might go unconscious, y'all, before...
That's entirely possible.
That will very much affect my
You
turn.
both fail.
Oh, no.
As it brings its wings in, forms them like a cocoon around it, and just suddenly spreads them out, striking the two of you. You're going to take 2d6 plus 6 damage. You guys take 11 each. And are and you are knocked.
Oh my God.
And you are knocked prone.
Jesus.
Who's
Okay.
winning? Who's winning so
I'm
far?
gonna swing at him with my long sword of eruption.
Okay. And because you Bastille stand, I assume you're not doing the fire.
Double one.
No.
You got a
because
30. You take your
31 I
stance.
assume hits.
You block out all distractions. It hits absolutely.
And I'm
Could
gonna
you
spend 2
imagine?
Scorpion mark.
Could we imagine? Yes, we played Digimon.
And I will also be using grit.
Dude, that was one of the fun things in Digimon, though.
Was it fun?
This is just every technique you know at once. You're just recalling pulling them out, and there's just different shots of you, like, taking the different minor stances for each bit of this.
Yeah! Just like, I'm going all out!
Hell yeah.
You deal 22 damage with that attack.
Oh. Nice.
Cut into it with
attack.
the sword. It recoils from his hit. Now, gain a favor. You get a 34. Oh my god, Vogan.
You gross
The sword
bitch.
saying burns out fast, but man, when it is.
Dan does it fucking burn.
Deal another 18 damage to it as you strike it. It comes in to try to claw at you, and you deflect the claw as if it's a blade, and then leave a huge gash running up its arm.
Guess what's next? Dragon Surge!
Oh, another favor!
Oh.
Go for
Spencer,
it.
we've been over this. You have enough. You can't be getting 2
I like
19s
how he
getting
said
fucking
I'm
ones."
stealing all of your rolls, because I think that he might be stealing all of
Yeah,
them.
no
Chill.
chill. No chill.
That last attack. Oh wait.
Good.
I'm gonna use my bardic inspiration.
Go for it.
That's a D8, right?
Yes.
For Larian.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Huh.
It just misses.
Saving
Does saving face work with that?
I think.
Saving face.
Does saving face work on attack rolls?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, you can use saving face.
Use all your stuff all at once.
When else?
Rev.
Damn, you are getting so good on these.
Yep.
I hate you.
That's a lot of damage.
I
You
deal.
just did like 100 points in one turn.
Stab him in the gut with
You
the
did
might of goose.
23. You did what? Is it?
MVP. MVP.
You did 23.
22, 20, or 18, 22, and then 23.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Worth it. Worth it.
You all kill it, and I'm like, here I go. Oh.
Fenris.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to take a second of your time here, Fenris.
Okay.
As you do this, as this is happening,
Take up all my time.
the pale lady is sort of still looming over you. As you are knocked to the ground there, standing beside you, or sitting beside you, again, rather ethereally, the other people around her, you can't see the pale lady interacting with Fenris. It's for their eyes only. As they do,
Fenris is losing it.
they put their hand out to you. They look over to Tenebros and the attack that's going on. You see this resolved look come across their face, and a moment of fear seem to pang through it as they seem to grimace at an unsettling thought, and then they put their hand out to you and over your heart. And you see this faint little sparkle of light form that then expands out into various. And you see what looks over you to be several shards of something that looks gemstone-like just appear, just floating in front of you with a pleasant glow. And then you see them put their hand out, and Aviana, Miriam, Quintus, Flux, Lexi, Vogan, and Sister. You all, each individually, you stop as these little motes of light form in front of you, as you see these various, like, again, ethereal-looking, shimmering objects just appear, floating just within reach in front of you. Avi, you see a ring, the faint form of a ring that you recognize.
It's our Digivices.
Confusing as it is, you see, almost as if it's trying to take form, the shape of a ring that you recognize as being your mother's. Miriam, you see the same ring that you recognize as having the star ruby of Vestige in it. Quintus, as you are moving, though, you see the faint outline of what looks like a sword that at the end of the pommel, this gemstone is built into it, onto the end, that you see glowing lightly. Flux, this large heart-shaped gem appears ethereally floating in front of you. Lexi, a bracelet that has a very familiar look to it, that has a kunzite made into it. It begins floating just in front of you. And when you see it, there's this like morose second of recognition in your mind of, you don't know what it is immediately, but you feel like you've seen it before. Vogan, a ring appears in front of you as well, but instead of being the star ruby, it looks a bit different, more elven in construction. It's a silver ring. that has what looks to be a blue sapphire made into it. And sister, you see a locket that you've never seen before in your life appear floating just in front of you, this silver and gold locket that seems to, a plunger on the top depresses and it opens, and you see a picture in one side of it that's faded and scratched out, and in the other a gemstone built into it. For each of you, these just float in front of you.
What the fuck?
With no immediate purpose to them being evident beyond that Fenris, you can tell the Pale Lady is manifesting these illusions. The rest of you feel your mind almost get swept. You feel them being like scanned as if something is looking through you, and for the rest of you, it then leaves, as if it doesn't find anything worth noticing.
Would it be an interaction to grab one of them or an action?
I'd say you could use your interaction to try to grab them if you want to interact with them.
Do I get the vibe that I should be interacting with them, or are they just...
I don't know, do you?
I would try to touch one. It's Fenris. She would try to touch one.
As this happens, you reach your hand out towards them, and as your finger makes contact with one of the shards that are surrounding you, I need you to make an intelligence saving throw.
Hi, Fenris.
So, as you do this, as you touch it, briefly, you feel your mind is pulled away and you feel like you're not here. It's not even like the feeling of a vision. You physically feel like you're pulled to a different location. You find that you are back in your old armor. In fact, you're back in your casual clothing that you would have worn around the temple in the Itonian capital. You find everything is peaceful. Looking around, there's a grayish tinge on everything around you as things are just going as they should be. Things are just moving about as people's days should. And you see a vision of a disturbance being caused. Roll me a wisdom check. You see a disturbance being caused as in the pathway leading up to the temple where you stay, you see lightning being cast and energy and spells being hurled around. The part of the area being destroyed as you see a largely cloaked figure very dexterously dodging and weaving around from being pursued by this elderly halfling who's or not halfling, an elderly tiefling chasing them, being like, "Return to me what you've taken, you scoundrel!" And you brace yourself for a second and remember that you've been here before. And you've experienced this attack before.
This was the day that Lexi was caught.
Not yes. I'm not sure if those were the same day. I can't quite clearly remember. As this happens, you turn instinctively and you see yourself where you should have been in this. And when you do, and when you see yourself, your own eyes look towards you. And as they catch, your mind hurts and you are thrust back out of it, back into the situation with Tenebros. As if viewing yourself in this situation, it caused some kind of pain that thrust you out of whatever was happening.
Okay.
Flux, Alma, you're on deck.
Time cleric.
You reach out as it happens. You reach out towards this gemstone heart that is in front of you, and when you touch it, roll me an intelligence save. And do me a favor, roll it into the tower.
Ooh, watch out, Izzy, it's an intelligence save. That's your worst skill!
I have a scant +9. Oh.
I'm not even gonna try to fucking trick you with this. You Nat19'd.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
As you reach out towards it, you touch it, and there's a familiarity to it as information flows back into your mind. You, like Fenris, are pulled away from the situation in front of you, and you find yourself in a grayed out area in a place you don't recognize, but you can tell by the construction of where you are that you're in what appears to be a Nephilim vault. You see, as you're looking around and taking things in, you see various warforged with a rather ancient design moving about, and you hear some noises as you hear the talking of some in turn, and you hear your own voice coming from down the hallway as you turn and you see yourself wearing much less vibrant colors, wearing just what appear to be almost like priest-like robes in a manner of speaking, walking down this ancient hallway, and then you turn back in the direction that you and this other Warforged are moving, and you see this massive construct, a large pit that has rings like walkways moving around this huge pit. And in it, there's this colossal, larger than you imagine a giant to be, what looks like construct, a humanoid construct, half-built of mechanical nature, that is suspended as if it's being constructed there. And over the course of this vision you're seeing, you hear yourself conversing with this other Warforged about the Sword of Damocles and its construction. And as you move forward, you see that the other you is carrying this gemstone heart that you saw, moving towards the giant construct as a large plate in its chest opens up as if to receive it. As you move towards it, your mind snaps and you find yourself taking the position of yourself. You're no longer an outside viewer. You snap to the viewpoint of the you that you see in this vision, and you stop. And you still don't know why you're there. As this happens, the other Warforged walks ahead of you and stops and turns and just very mechanically goes, "It needs to be completed. What are you waiting for?" You just hear the calls back of, "With this, even an Eidolon would not be able to stand against it. Let us play our part for Lord Culpitor." You find yourself snapping back to the fight with Tenebros. In front of you, there's a flash of light as all of you see this gemstone form in front of Flux. And as it appears, it compresses down as if it was refined into a much smaller gemstone shape, and it hurls off towards Fenris and begins floating around them.
Yay!
Fenris!
Hell yeah!
You've just gained a regeneration feature. You're going to regain 1d4 points at the start of each of your turns. As it moves towards you, the Pale Lady puts their hand out and seems to direct it around them, and it begins floating around you, and you see their hand moving as if, like, directing it through the air as it floats around you. Miriam, Quintus, you're on deck.
Probably fine. It'll all work out. I'll cross up this way and reach for the ring as I pass by and grab it.
Roll me an intelligence save into the tower.
Oh no, they're all intelligent.
Oh, Miriam.
saves.
They are all intelligence saves.
Can I give him flashing genius? Oh.
He has already rolled it. For the purposes of this, as you go for it, Miriam, as you reach out for it and your hand almost closes around it, you are once again pulled, like the others, into a separate place. You find yourself in a very large chamber in what you assume to be the lower floors of a dark castle. As you do, everything seems very dark. You see various, what look like large coffins with glass lids that have a variety of what appear to be very young children. Like, could be no more than 2 or 3 years old each, that seem to be asleep inside of them. As you witness this happening, there's a dozen of them at least. You see a faint red glow, and you turn and you see this large apparatus, this altar, effectively, that is holding the ring with the star ruby at the core of it. It's just holding it as if it's powering this large, red glowing altar. Your mind is pulled to the side as you glance, and you see the form of an elderly man that you faintly recognize, having seen him once before in the mist, as you recognize the Faignant, emerging, walking into this large chamber you appear to be in. Beside him, there are 2 women, one of them looking rather similar to Aviana. And this is the first time, I think, in-game I'm ever going to get to show this art. Where are you?
Hey, I think that's Avi's mom!
As you see a hood pulled up, carrying a scythe with them, a woman that has an almost elven look to them, eyes glowing yellow under this hood, rather exquisite robes with all kind of red feather patterning going on, as you see this woman walking with them towards the chamber. And on the other side of them, what you initially mistake to be a tiefling, but you briefly see is another rather scantily clad woman who has far less decorum and has glowing red eyes, wings that you recognize to be a fiend, but the nature of which you don't immediately see. Also walking, a whip coiled around one of their arms, this barbed whip. They seem to be arguing and chattering with each other, seemingly demanding something of the Faignant, but it's all a blur to you. You can't make out what they're saying. It just seems like noise in the distance. And your attention turns as you see one of the human children in one of these coffins. Just catches your attention as you see what appears to be a younger looking you, but is human. And then as you see them, your mind reels and you are thrust back into the present. And who wants to roll me 1d4?
Me!
Alright, you get it.
4!
Oh boy!
Damn.
So they're really good or really bad?
So 2 things happen. I forgot to do this at the time, so we're going to do this now. As you guys witness the various happenings here as you try to attack it, you hear the buzzing of insects moving around you as particularly Miriam, Flux, and Sister and Elma. You guys start to notice insects beginning to swarm and appear around you, seemingly, and you notice these insects escaping from the folds of the Tenebros' scales and moving towards you and quickly forming this plague-like sphere that swirls around you. I'm gonna have to...
Counterspell!
It's not a spell.
Damn it!
It's a layer action.
Oh no.
This thing is its lair?
It's being used functionally as its lair.
Gross.
Logan.
You all need to make a con save.
Once again, I get fucked.
Did I? Oh, I failed that one. All right.
As you are going to all take 3d6 piercing damage.
Rude.
And then mark off, before I forget.
You all take 11 piercing damage. Flux, you take none. Elma, you take half. Sister and Miriam, you take 11 each. You guys made...
Right.
Storm Sphere, unfortunately, it looks like you lose concentration on it from the damage. Unless, did you want to have used an inspiration on that?
We'll keep it, or what?
Because it was a saving throw, so... if you want to, you can... heckin... Constitution... Oh, wait, you should have maintained it. Why would that have... Concentration 8. Oh, I see. Yes, so you could try it again if you use an inspiration. And if you succeed, you get to keep it.
Okay.
Okay.
So what do I do?
Yeah, mark off, just roll me a Constitution save. Don't you have...
You're looking to beat 10.
Yep. Which is hard for you, but it would be worth it.
I could use Favored by the Gods. Will that help?
Reminding me what Favored by the Gods does.
If I fail
When you fail a saving throw or attack roll, you roll d4s and add it to them.
Sure, go for it.
Okay, so I need to roll... You can roll 2
Yeah, that's actually the ideal. I think no matter what, you succeed. Because the lowest you could roll is 2.
So that's the square one, right? Am I rolling, or...?
Yeah, as actually Aaron says, because you will succeed it, is the thing, because of like how it works. You
okay, so we don't need to roll
yeah,
then.
you don't have to roll. You maintain it.
Yay!
Because the minimum that you could roll would let you keep it. So you manage to do that. As you do, you brace yourself, and you are briefly given a little bit of a blessing from your god, which is ironically Vestius. And you maintain...
He has some hope in me, for some reason.
She.
Oh, she. Oh, you never explained this to me, Logan.
Yeah, I super did. I have even in the games you've been here recently.
You're like, oh, it's a magic con, and you have magic, so you probably.
I
like
have
this
said
guy.
it is a she so many times in the past 2 games.
I don't remember baby. It's okay.
I
she just
super
didn't
have.
catch that part.
Leave me alone. The other thing, the 1d4, you guys hear the revving of what most of you wouldn't know to be an engine, but some of you would.
Oh,
Omar, Murkwire, Quintus, you see a construct moving up the side of the Skyward Estate, driving directly up the side of it as you see Gaudium Satanael, the Devil's Ride that the lady rides. I want to actually get this for the people that heckin'
It's not just any motorcycle, it's a hell motorcycle.
I, for some reason, don't have the full art of the lady riding it. You guys see this object moving up the side of it with the lady riding it. You see a second figure on it, but before you can make out what it is, it like drives up the side, goes up the balcony, goes up above Tenebros, and you see a figure jump off towards the Tenebros, and if your immediate reaction is that would be the lady. You see it's a different figure whose fist clenches, fire ignites, and you see Tantia barreling down on it.
What
I'm gonna add them to the combat tracker, and I'm giving you control of Tantia for this fight, Brad.
Oh, what an honor!
As I'm
I
going
get to play wife.
Hey! Sorry it took me so long!
Hi! Hey! Glad you could make it! Aggressive waving.
Kept you waiting, huh?
Yo,
you
right?
see
Forever and always.
as they go off, you see the lady on Gaudium Satanael, as it moves through the air, as it is able to move with the same hover speed, and it starts ramping off of and moving across pieces of debris that are flying through the air, and they are also going to be around as you see the lady
Heavens
regarding
to
what's
Betsy.
happening.
My word. The two of them on a motorcycle. Oh.
God.
Tantia.
Sister
Gonna be there.
notices the motorcycle and is just like,
I want one of those.
I want that.
Just become this world's Ghost Rider. Do it.
Oh my god!
Hey.
Oh my god, yes!
Quintus!
Well, a lot of things just happened, but there's this sword here. I'm afraid a little bit, but I see sword and I see other people's, and I will go to reach for sword, but I'm also using favor.
Click the favor and roll an intelligence save into the tower.
Here we go.
As you reach for it and you instinctively grab for the handle of this thing, which pulls your attention away from Tenebros and you grab it, you are thrust into a memory that you actually recognize. You find that you are thrust back down into the scene that you once saw in one of your dreams, that when you lost it, of your mother, Moira, having entered into a hidden passage in the bottom of your estate. As you do, you find yourself standing about 20 feet back. Moira is down the hall from you, and between the two of you, you see your younger self, having for some reason woken up in the middle of the night and sought out this area, probably looking for your mother. You see yourself looking at them, as this memory seems to be a bit farther down the timeline from before, in that it looks like Moira has entered into whatever was in that area and returned with something in their hand that when you look at it, you find your head begins to reel, and just as you hear this noise building up, you hear your mother's voice very clearly, as you just hear them kind of surprised, like, Quintus. And you open your eyes, and you're looking from the perspective of your younger self. But you see your mother looking past you. You turn, and you see your older self still standing there within the memory. And
wide-eyed, probably.
And this all feels real to you. And when this happens, things start to fall into place, and your memory of the situation feels like it becomes fluid and changes to match this, and you remember confusion as a child as to what was happening, as if this had occurred for you.
Oh.
Turning back, you see your mother again. You notice that she's wearing some of her armor, and you notice there is a sword in a very elegant scabbard at her side, with a glowing yellow gem, tiger eye, at the end of the blade. And looking to it. There's just a moment.
I became a fox.
There's a moment between the two of you where she doesn't seem to understand what's happening. She looks to the younger self and looks up to the older self.
older Quintus will go to step forward. He's very shocked, but again, that whole sense of understanding coming through for a moment of this has happened before. Mother, what is this?
As you do this, your younger self recoils and moves towards your mother, and she puts her arm around the younger self as it's to protect them from your older self. What is this? What kind of illusion is this?
I don't think it is. I was fighting a fiend, a Tenebros, but I'm here now because of that sword. There.
You see the faint image of the pale lady, like, down the hall, just flicker in and out for a second, and you see them in pain, as if maintaining this is excruciatingly difficult.
I'm here for a reason, Mother. I'm fighting something that... It's destroying everything. My friends, my family, what I have left. Winchester, we're all in danger, and... That sword brought me here for a reason, the one you carry.
What do you mean? What do you mean, are? She, like, looks to the sword, and then back up to you.
This is my past, your present, but... Now, for me, in the future, I'm in danger. Everyone is. And I don't know... I'm not as strong as you. I can't do it on my own.
Are you here? Or are you somewhere else? Did people come here?
No, I'm in Summergrass. Away.
She looks relieved when you say that nobody came there. Good. You need this?
He looks to the blade, looks to her. I believe so. He, like, shakes his head and starts stepping forward.
As you move towards it, there's almost like a static scratch as everything seems not to be real for a second, as if reality's trying to reassert itself over what happened, but you hear a faint, feminine, almost like gasp as it pushes back and everything reasserts itself, and you remain within the, be it illusion or trip to the past you're taking, it remains consistent. As you move forward, she reluctantly takes the sword out and, like, puts it out towards you. As it does, you feel a warmth coming from the gem on the end of it. I'd like you to roll me persuasion.
I'm okay at those. Come on, Quinn. I have bads.
He's not. It would not be with. You dropped the second 15.
Yeah. So that's the one.
So it would have been when you got, but yeah, Tenebros is not within sight. As you move forward, you see that there's a look of confusion on her face, but as you move forward and you take the sword in your hand and begin drawing it out from the scabbard, you just see her very calmly be like, "If you are in the future, then it means nobody came here, so this worked. I imagine, since you're so surprised to see me, I probably never came back, did I?"
This is the first time I don't remember any... As he's drawing the sword, you see that he, again, is tearing up, and he's looking to her.
I have to get this away from our family.
What is it? Where did you go?
I'm not sure yet, but I'd have to go away. Your father already knows. If this stays here, people will come for this family. They'll come for you, and I can't let that happen, so I'm taking this as far away as I can. Before the Whisperers find out where it is.
I'm sorry, He's... Father, it's...
Shh. I don't think I should know.
Yeah.
Do what you have to do with this. As you take it, you find your hand passes through it and back along the blade, and the only thing it seems to take hold of is the gemstone, which as you pull away, you notice you don't even take the gem off the blade. A copy of it seems to slide into your palm that feels real to you.
I love you, Mother.
I love you too, Quinn. If I'm still out there, we'll see each other again. I don't know what you're dealing with right now, though. But chin up. Those people are going to need you. It sounds like they need a valor built right now. Everything begins sort of peeling away, and you just hear very faint, "You look so much like your father." And then everything vanishes, peels away, and you find yourself back in the present again. The blade that was in front of you forms into the air and then shatters, leaving only the gem, which, like the other one, gets directed away from you, flies up, and moves back towards where Fenris is. Sister!
But in the meantime, she is going to reach out and touch the locket curiously.
Roll me an intelligence save and roll it into the tower.
Okay.
Gods wore off on me when you did this.
Remind me how to roll into the tower.
Bottom right-hand corner.
Drag the dice into
I
little
see.
tower
Okay.
thing. Yeah.
And then you said intelligence save?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. As you reach out towards it, and you touch this locket that's floating in front of you, sister, you are flooded with memories that you have never been privy to before. You see, so there's flashes of parts of your life, where you see this raucous, like roguelike lifestyle. Like you're from the perspective of somebody who is breaking into places, diving into dungeons, finding treasure troves, taking them out, having a period of living like royalty, ending up on the street, and repeating the process over and over until you land on a memory of yourself and reaching a hand out in a treasure trove towards this locket, which you notice you have skin, you have a body. As you take it and you make contact with it and open it, you see this gemstone inside, this nephrite. And then your mind suddenly switches to you on the ground, your arms tied behind your back, feeling beaten and broken, as several figures stand in this room that you're in, wearing these cult-like but also royal-looking robes. One of them being a figure that's almost featureless. They just have white skin, no hair, no eyes, no mouth, the vague shape of a nose where it should be, but nothing else. You see them conversing with each other, and they seem to have taken the locket from you. Looking back towards you, you just see them regard you, and this faceless figure almost like tilts their head up as if sneering and puts a hand out towards you. And you feel in this memory of yours, you being strangled, gasping for air, and then everything goes white. And when you come back out and you emerge in the fight with Tenebros, you find the locket in front of you is solid. You recognize you had just seen memories that you'd lost that were of you when you were alive. But just as you're about to collect yourself, the locket detonates, it explodes, and all that's left is the gemstone inside, which surges over towards Fenris. Avi, Lexi, you're on deck.
I am going to reach out and touch the ring of my mom's.
Okay. As you do so, and as you touch it, you are pulled away and back into a memory rather clearly of walking through the city of Summergrass with your mother. Her hood pulled up, taking you out at night, moving about the area. Something you remember rather clearly, as she seemed to become invigorated by these walks. As you're walking, you are from the position not of your younger self. You see your younger self effectively wrapped in a cloak large enough to hide your wings, initially. You see yourself moving down the street with your mother, and everything is gray and dull, and the only thing that seems to have color is the gemstone that is worn in a ring on their finger. As you continue to move, you stop. Or they stop. And your mother seems to, in this memory, turn over towards you. Just looks like side eyes. You see their yellow eyes underneath their hood, piercing through the darkness, and there's a vaguely confused look on their face for a second. Your younger self goes to turn, to look towards you to see what is in the direction that their mother is looking, and you actually see them stop them and move you away from looking in that direction. Stops your younger self from looking towards your older self. And you remember this happening. You remember this occasion happening as it happens. In your memories, there's a very, this was the other angle of this happening. You then, things shift. You find yourself seeing another night, another walk, when it happens again, and your mother notices you and stops, and it keeps happening repeatedly. You keep seeing your mother and yourself out in different parts of the city at night, and you seeing yourself and your mother out for walks at different times, until you eventually see your mother tell your younger self to stay back, to go back to the house briefly, and again you remember that happening. You remember them stopping suddenly and sending you away during a walk. They turn over towards you from the distance, and you just hear a very faint, "Are you going to ever approach me, or do you only intend to watch me?"
I had to make sure it was real. What did you do to Miriam Lucius?
I'm sorry. I am not familiar with that name.
Why? Why do you leave?
Why do I leave?
What is so important about finding the Raven Queen, Mother?
So at some point in the future I leave, and it seems that you pursue me enough to find out about that. That is unfortunate, because this world is dull and uninteresting, and there must be something else out there. It is something I imagine you would never be able to understand. My daughter, how have you come back to speak with me? You're clearly out of time. What do you need of me?
I'm just staring at her, just kind of taking it in for a moment. What was the point? Why do you plan to leave me with the gemstone?
I do not know why I plan to leave. I have not left yet. But what do you mean, leave you with the gemstone? Are you... She, raises her hand to so you see the ring that she's wearing on her ring finger. I leave this with you? And why would I do that? What need do you have of it?
Who could say? I never understood you anyway.
Daughter of mine, has it proved useful to you?
Yes.
I see. How interesting. Then I suppose I must leave it with you, mustn't I? There's a moment where everything becomes unclear and hazy, and you're once again thrust through memories at that point of, from the perspective of your younger self, your mother returning home and where they sent you, giving you a odd look, smiling at you softly, with knowing eyes that your younger self doesn't comprehend or understand. All you know is that they sent you away and then returned to you. They head inside, and you have memories from that point on of, while things are happening, your mother constructing and spending time putting together the fan, of seeing from various positions them doing so, and when you ever inquire as to what they're doing, you only have faint memories of them telling you not to worry about it, and that they're taking care of something, preparing for the future. And then eventually you have a memory of your younger self finding that your mother had left, and leaving only the fan with you, and a very clear memory that you hadn't clearly remembered before, but it doesn't even feel like it's changed. It just feels like you're coming back into something you hadn't properly recalled before, of the day that they're going to leave, them being somewhat motherly for almost the first time in their life, and leaving it with you, and telling you, keep this with you. I have a feeling that it is going to keep you safe, and one day, I suppose I expect it back. As you snap back into the present, the gemstone ring is in front of you. It breaks apart, and the star ruby of Vestige is there, and it goes towards Fenris. As this happens, Miriam, the one in front of you, disappears. Okay. Lexi, your turn. You reach out towards it. As you touch it, you are instantly filled with the sound of panic and attack. You see a group of people moving through a forest as you see several foxes moving about, rushing. You see 3 in particular foxes darting through a forest towards what appears to be a den in the distance. You see there's a cabin in the middle of the woods, a really rudimentary one. As you approach it and as you are pulled along in this vision towards them, you see various men wearing clothes that you would associate with the Taylors, members of the family, within this place. And as these 3 foxes approach it and lunge towards it, you hear the yipping of what sound like fox pups of kits from inside as people appear to be attacking, ransacking it, and you see them removing it. The 3 foxes approach, and you see all 3 of them at once turn into 3 humanoid Quetzadrian figures, seemingly enraged immediately, all of them carrying weapons. They all look rather nomadic. They don't look like Quetzadria you've seen. They have very, like, outlandish, like, almost druidic clothing. It's 2 women and a man, who immediately rushing forward, you hear all sorts of various yells from them that basically amount to, like, release our children, get off! As they attack, and as you see these figures fighting them back and not killing them, but injuring them greatly. You feel an urge to get involved, but feel your body freezing up as you try to, as if something is preventing you. Looking, like, to the side as you try to move forward, you see the hand of the Pale Lady on your wrist, like holding you back seemingly from interfering too directly in what's happening. As it does, you see 4 foxes being taken in a cage by one of these figures, one of these hooded family members, fleeing from the area as one of the women of the Quetzadria stands and continues trying to fight them, but injured too greatly by them and left to be wounded. The other woman puts a hand up and, like, pulls them back down, and you see healing magic beginning to course through them as they try to heal an otherwise mortal wound on them. And you just hear the faint cries of, "My children! Please!" And as they reach forward, you see on the wrist of this woman, you see the same bracelet that you saw before. There, set into it, you see a kunzite gem. As they're reaching forward, everything seems to peel away. As you vaguely recall this happening, but you were too young at the time to properly parse what was going on. As you relive this memory of being taken away from your parents, everything seems to peel away, and the last thing you see is this woman and then the bracelet. You see their form disappear and just the bracelet floating in the air, and you are just left in a dark void where only the bracelet floats lightly in front of you, and you feel the Pale Lady let go of your wrist. You rush forward towards it, bounding the distance you need to reach the bracelet floating through space. You reach forward. As soon as your fingers touch it, you snap back into the present. The bracelet becomes real in front of you, and then it shatters as well, leaving only the kunzite, which, as before, immediately takes off and heads towards Fenris. As this happens, you feel a deep sense of regret and apology that you can tell is coming from the figure that showed you all of this, as if they regret having to show you that. Alright, Vogan, and then Tantia's on deck.
I'm gonna fly over there.
Are you also gonna go up?
Yeah. Oh, wait, I have a thing in front of me. Hold on.
The storm sphere, yeah.
I more meant the ring, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you do.
Okay, yeah, I'm gonna grab that.
You reach towards it. As you grab it, your memory is relatively brief. As you grab it and you are pulled away, everything goes black and you experience excruciating pain immediately. A crippling pain. You feel weaker, like you're basically unable to move. Your eyes are closed. You feel a soft energy washing over you that's easing it somewhat. And as you grimace and you let out an involuntary at the pain, you find that you're laying on your back and you hear a very faint, "You're awake." Whenever you open as you open your eyes, you find yourself to be in a makeshift abode within a cave where you see Almyra leaning over you, a hand over you, a ring on their finger turned inwards so the gemstone in it is facing their palm. It's glowing lightly, and they seem to be using it to slowly fix your body, to slowly help you recover from the damage that you know you received from Lekazad.
Where?
I'm surprised you're awake so soon. I would not have expected you to have recovered.
Where am I?
I found you out in the middle of nowhere. Dying, abandoned by whoever it was that you were with. I brought you back here. I'm not going to try to hurt you. My name is Elmira.
I know that.
Hmm? How?
You're my master.
What?
He'll like look around like the cave, just taking a moment to, because of his lowered intelligence, he's taking a bit longer to realize what's going on.
Oh.
Wait, we're back in the cave. How did I get here?
I
We're in Summergrass.
What? I'm sorry, you must be a little bit delirious.
You were fighting Keen.
You see like a moment, a pang of concern as what you're saying is alarming her, but she's trying not to show it.
Right. You said that I am your master?
Yeah.
What did you mean?
I'm guessing I'm in the past. Or something right now. I remember this moment. You nursed me back to health. And trained me in the ways of blue metal. And then he will get into a position where he can, like, bow to her. Like, put his head on the ground in a kneeling position. You saved my life and helped me walk a better path.
That doesn't particularly sound like me.
It took a bit to convince you.
I think you mean it will take a bit to convince me.
Sounds like it. Ow. You're very important to me. You saved my life in countless ways. By this point. You will, at least. And I thank you for that.
Alright. And what did you go on to do with this life I saved?
I found friends. I started the pilgrimage. Found the highest standard.
The pilgrimage? Of the four?
Mm-hmm. I've been going around helping people with the help of my group. I even helped save you from the Crystal Queen. You ended up getting captured.
From Satsumaru?
Yeah.
Why would I have been...
I think you were searching for something. You were asking for her help or something.
She briefly looks at the gemstone on the ring in her hand, just opens her palm towards herself.
Interesting. Alright, I believe you, for the most part. Either that or you're just completely delirious. Either way.
Could be.
It's comforting to think that I helped at least one person.
You'll go on to help a lot more. We even made a promise to visit your dad's grave.
So you're saying you saved me from Satsumaru? That's where you found me?
Mm-hmm. Found you in her castle.
I suppose I'll have to keep that in mind moving forward then. Alright.
With Fallsman and I can't remember the other one's name.
Skipper.
Skipper.
You hear a very faint, just like, ah! And it's just like scampering as something moves farther into the cave that you're in.
If you're experiencing this from the future, why are you here? This seems like a rather unadvantageous place to return to.
I've got no idea. I grabbed that ring, whatever it appeared in front of me that you've got on your finger.
Oh.
And it suddenly ended up here. We were fighting a weird dragon devil thing. I don't know, man. It's called the Tenebros.
The blue sapphire of Kahanaderos, one of the primal gemstones. This is what brought you back here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see.
She puts her hand out to you as if offering to take yours.
He'll take it.
Right, until we meet again then, Vogan. I imagine next time we speak after you recover, you may not be quite as lucid, but I'll do my best to allow you to convince me to train you.
Take good care of me.
And you me.
Bow again.
It sounds like I'm going to need you.
He'll nod at her and bow again.
They
Anything else?
take your hand, they press the ring against yours. Against your hand. As they do, you snap back into the present. The ring in front of you, the ring disappears, leaving only the blue sapphire, which, like before, moves over to Fenris. You don't remember that conversation. In your memories, you just remember the pain at that time being so intense that different instances just blurred together in your own mind. But there was a familiarity to it that convinces you that that may have happened. Fenris!
Are those gems that were still flying in front of me still
Yep.
doing so? Okay, I really wanna, yeah, she would. I'm gonna use a favor.
Okay, then roll that intelligence save into the tower. You're the last one with one of these.
I know. She really wants to know what the memory is.
Does she? Probably sucks.
But that's the point.
You reach out and you touch another one, and as you do, there's a sudden crash of lightning as you are drawn back into that memory, and you see bolts of lightning being thrown as this elderly tiefling is walking through. This archmage-looking, scraggly tiefling is just hurling chain lightning and lightning bolts and magic that you know definitely makes him an illegal mage at this other figure who's darting around as chunks of the temple are being blasted, pillars are being hit and falling over. As it happens, you just hear again like, "Give back what you've stolen from me! I've chased you for long enough! You're being massively inconvenient!" And as it does, the figure darts around, stops. You see yourself, the version of you that was in the memory, duck and hide, knowing that they can't compete with this, get in behind part of the inner chamber of the temple, trying to get away from it. As the older version of yourself outside, watching it happen, sees the figure that you know was there, you briefly caught a glimpse of when things happened, stop, and they, land from a jump away from a lightning bolt. They land near you, and you see their hood, fall back off of their head. They turn towards you, and there is a moment where you see this figure holding a gemstone in their hand that is glowing, that they're seemingly trying to keep away from this tiefling. As you lock eyes with who you recognize to be Raleigh.
God damn it, Raleigh always in everyone's story!
Watering down our visions, are you, Raleigh?
Not mine.
We all had great visions. He had to water this one down.
I mean, he's making me water my eyes.
The figure notices you
water.
there as if you had just popped into existence. They seemed alarmed by this clerical figure that is wearing impressive armor and carrying a large hammer. They look down to it. You see them see your constellaquary, and they seem to recognize it. Then they look up towards you, and you just hear them be like, Well, that's certainly interesting. You're a little bit out of, and then a blast of lightning as you hear like, "Don't ignore me!" And a blast hits them. They turn and you see the gem in their hand get caught by the blast as it seems to miss the individual but get caught by it. It gets charged with energy. You hear a as it glows brightly, and the gemstone shatters with an eruption of energy that you, the normal Fenris, you are somewhat caught in, and you just hear this team be like, "No! No! No, damn it! Damn it!" As it blasts outwards into the shards that you recognize as having been floating around you. Mm-hmm. As it happens, everything peels away, and this Bacchus Peridot, this greenish gemstone, just reforms the shards of it that were floating around you, where the Tenebros is, reform around you, back into the gemstone, which then floats in place with the other 6. You're gonna gain another d6, and you're gonna gain that bonus.
Raleigh.
Raleigh Vermilion!
I don't think Raleigh's watered down eyes before, but here we are.
Oh, damn. I didn't get to see Raleigh in my vision.
Alright, legendary action tail attack.
Yeah.
Oh no!
I'm gonna times
It's not on you.
Guardian.
Who's he attacking?
It's on Vogan.
No! No, attack!
Whoa.
Attack Tantia! She can take it!
Hey!
And it hits! Vogan comes down on you, strikes you, you take 16 damage, you maintain concentration.
I've got 13 hit points.
Alrighty, and that's that. Flux, you, and then Elma, you're on deck. Future turns will not all have a series of cutscenes involved in the middle of them, so we should start moving faster at this point.
I'll quickly thank Master Miriam for the heal that happened what feels like 2 hours ago, and
Love you too, BB.
and then I'll use my action to dash so that I can get in the middle of these guys and use my protector drone.
Okay.
Turret.
Do it.
Murkwire's too far away. And I think that's
fine.
Yeah, it's
This is fine.
Oh heck, you guys are at different elevations. I didn't account for that. Fuck.
And I was supposed to be the smartest one.
You could have gone up when you dashed. You could have gotten like up to like there.
Cool.
Use your
Alright,
rocket feet or whatever.
Oh my god.
I'm just making up powers.
I should make rocket feet. I am writing this down. Also, bruh.
You guys gain 8 temporary hit points. Hanzo.
Oh. Okay.
Get him.
All right.
I have a turn. Oh.
So I am not affected by the fear thing,
Correct, you are fear-free and on a horse.
Okay. All right.
Winchanzo.
Look down, now back to me. I'm on a horse.
I'm on a horse.
I will turn to Quintus. I will nod and say, "I do indeed have need of your brave steed, and I certainly hope he is as brave as he appears." And I am going to go.
Then he
60
erodes
feet
the iron
straight
in
into the air
Winchester's
if I
blood.
can.
And then he erodes the iron in Winchester's blood to power his weapons.
That's not bravery, that's just having blood.
So where are you going?
I'm gonna go 60 feet straight into the air.
All right, we're just gonna use Winchester to represent where you are.
Oh, hey, Hanzo!
Now that
that's
Winchester
Oh yeah, you're right.
Guys,
Sorry.
Now that Winchester is 60 feet in the air and square out of the range of every single person on this map, I'm going to use Action Surge.
he uses Action Surge. You might frighten Winchester.
But it doesn't matter. He's not approaching
What? Frighten
me.
the brain force? Nah.
It's fine. He's not approaching me.
He goes up.
proud of
There's
you.
this demonic, metallic, screeching sound that comes from Hanzo as his aura of fear erupts.
Sorry, that's not supposed to target Tenebros.
Oh, man, he failed a save. It sucks that it's one that didn't happen.
Oh shit!
Ah, dick.
Also, if you wanted to, Winchester can go down to 120.
Yeah, and I'm gonna need that extra 60. Don't worry about it.
He needed to be out of range of everybody so that he didn't accidentally fear all the people.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wait, what happened?
Those of you in the Suicide Squad recognize this is the same thing, but Hanzo has graciously put himself far enough away that no one will become afraid of him. Elma, a shiver still goes down your spine.
Yes.
For you, Spence, when he uses Action Surge, a fear aura erupts that he can't choose who it affects.
Oh, also I used Indomitable and never checked it off. Doop. Okay, so I've just feared poor Winchester.
You
Sorry,
certainly
Winchester.
Oh.
Can Winchester still move forward towards Tenebros?
Sure.
Not getting any closer to
It's
him.
not moving closer to you,
That's
so
what I thought.
ain't
So
no
with
rule that says no.
I am
Trying to run
going
away
to
from
take
him.
out. I am going to take out Omikami Fujin, and I am going to begin spinning it, generating a wheel of fire, and charge at the Tenebros, and I'm gonna make 6 attacks.
Oh my god!
I knew it!
Kicking my legs! I'm so excited! I missed Hanzo so much!
I knew I did the
He
correct thing.
pulls out a weapon that all of you that have idolic armaments, you feel yours immediately begin vibrating and reacting, as he pulls out
my
his
face
idolic
vibrating.
armament.
And I'm gonna start attacking.
Go for it.
I believe I'm only targeting the boy, yes I am. Boop number 1.
That's a hit.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Goes towards him, striking him, dealing 20 damage with the first attack as he brings out this this glaive that has a pigeon blood ruby blade on the end of it, which is a kind of ruby. It's not me being weird about pigeons. It's a type of gem.
No, some other dude was really weird about naming this gem.
Somebody saw this gemstone and was like, that is the exact color of pigeon blood. I know pigeon blood, and that is... I need people to know. I'm putting it in a book.
Now, I have 2 points of inspiration from back when we had inspiration.
You
Is
can
that
use 'em.
favor or is that inspiration?
Hell yeah.
You can. Those are inspiration. You feel free to use that.
Okay. Then I'm gonna use it on my second attack. Get myself advantage. And here we go.
That's a hit.
Bip.
Dip. Deals 18 more damage.
I'm gonna use my second inspiration. It would be a shame.
Are you gonna do it? Is someone finally gonna out DPS Vogan?
Okay, I know you're real excited. Criticals don't deal extra damage to him. It'll automatically do it, but he has an adamantine hide.
That's fine.
That's what happened
What a
earlier.
waste of a double nat 20.
Yeah.
Is that gonna,
I'm gonna give you an
would that apply
inspiration.
to-
Damn. Okay.
Will that apply
Is
to
that
what?
gonna apply to the longsword of eruptions critical hit thing?
Yeah. Well, no, it's the thing. That's not critical damage. That's on a critical hit. It does extra damage.
Gotcha. Cool.
So I deal however many that is.
You do
that many minus 9.
Yes, you do a total of. Yeah, you do damage.
Woo.
Yeah, do damage.
So that's damage, and then attack number 3.
That's a hit.
Ooh.
Look at the boy go!
Holy shit. I stand correct. That's attack number 4. Boop.
That one, yep, 13 damage.
Yep. Attack. No, did I get inspiration? What happened?
Yes, because the double nat 20, because it didn't end up going anywhere. Go ahead and take an inspiration from that. That's pretty.
Okay.
That's
I'm gonna
inspiration
use
worthy.
it.
Gotcha.
I'm gonna use it right now.
Nice.
And swinging. Whoo!
You missed.
Ah, there we
Oh.
go. Still dropped the 1. That's good.
Jim giveth.
Yeah.
And then,
Go ahead.
final boop.
Oh! Nothing from it, unfortunately. But go ahead and roll the damage.
Deal. Good shit.
It's still
My god.
it still maxes out your base damage die, so you still gain that base effect. So you
Oh, man.
unleashing this wheel of flame, just in like individual shots, just each one with like a different frame from the camera as you cut into it with an arc of fire following each one. It looks hurt and pulls back from you momentarily.
Yes, now keep your focus on him now. You take some damage now.
The crit may not have done extra damage to the thing, but it sure impressed everybody else. So, yo, right. Oh, jeez.
Tenebros is going to go.
Stop healing yourself, you whore.
He does. He recovers a fair chunk of hit points as his body begins to regenerate from the damage that he's been dealt. You are outpacing it by quite a bit, but he is healing. As he goes, Lexi, he looks down to you. And he's going to go for his bite and his claws.
No, attack require.
He had a plan. He's sticking to it.
He's a bitch.
He hits.
Lexi, can you uncanny dodge?
I can uncanny dodge if it hits me.
You want to uncanny dodge that?
Yeah.
Give yourself back 12 hit points.
Okay.
As he bites down on you, his jaws come down, strike into you, but you manage to like wiggle away and not get totally caught in them whenever they do so. And that's the first attack. You give yourself back the hit points?
I did.
Alright, he's gonna go for 2 claw attacks on you.
Heck.
That's a hit. Swings, claw comes up, strikes you. You take 16 more damage and you lose concentration on your Shadow Blade.
Fuck!
Alright.
Oh,
His claw comes around again. Oh, and that's a crit.
Oh, no.
No.
Bye, guys.
He strikes you, dealing 29 damage.
We're playing Nat19, boys!
It hits you, it slams you into the rock that's right next to you, and as you hit it, you find you're winded. For a second, you almost lose consciousness, and he just reels back and lets out a draconic roar that fills the area. Lexi, before I roll this against you, could you roll me 1d100 into the tower?
Oh no!
Oh shit!
What?
Fuck.
As you bring your arm up and you instinctively block with Hrock Lappy Silva as the scimitar comes towards you. The blade of the scimitar strikes the edge of Hrock, and everybody around them, you hear a cracking sound, Lexi, as you feel your arm become lighter briefly, and you see the chunks of Hrock snap off, breaking. You're going to be healed because it just broke. So you're going to get the burst of healing that comes with Idolic Armaments breaking. So as it breaks apart, you feel the Hrock leave, and you feel its influence disappear from you. As it does, there's suddenly a flash of Amalite light that comes from where it was, and you see these 3 little bracelets made of Amalite gemstone appear and wrap around your arm, as a new gauntlet forms underneath them, no longer having the same backing as it. And Lexi, you innately become aware of what this is capable of doing as Hrock reforms in a new form on your arm.
It chose to stay!
You guys, I think you liked me.
You see light form in front of you as your Idolic Armament, not like the gauntlet, no longer being the only piece of it. You see, you feel rather the form of a weapon that you could call out if you wanted to. And as you do, these 4 little shafts of light appear around you and take the form of arrows that float in the air. I'll be 3 right now. 3 arrows that float in the air around you with Amalite heads, as well as a bow that suddenly just appears in your hand in a blast of light. As you
Oh my god, it's the thing I was joking about on Chat 19! Oh my god!
that's beautiful.
I'm not okay.
So Lexi, you get this. And as you do, the light pushes back the Abishai, who immediately goes back to attacking. So that was their first attack, I believe, right?
Yes.
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
They have 2 more. They go back in at
I'm
you.
supposed to be dead! Oh my god!
As you get the bow, you duck to the side as the scimitar strikes into the blade beside you, and then it goes in to try to bite you. And that hits.
God damn it.
It bites. You take 17 damage. Flux, Alma, you're on deck.
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right.
I'm ready.
Cool. I am going to fly over to the Vogan boy.
Using my rocket.
He's just making the sound with his lips as he moves. Or with, not with lips, but you know what I mean. Just...
I constructed myself some lips with which to make the...
I hate that. I hate it.
Can you make me some next?
I made a kazoo.
I will work on it.
Fan art of that.
I don't think we do.
No.
I don't want
I'm
to see
so good
lips.
about that.
That sounds cursed as heck.
Well, what if I want lips?
What are you what are you doing?
I'm gonna use my bonus action to give him and me some more temporary hit points.
Got it.
Ah, thank God.
9 points.
Ah, thank God.
And then I will give you a level 2 cure wounds.
I'll take it.
Let's see here. Where's my cure wounds? There it is. Come over here. I pull out just the largest mason jar of mechanical spiders.
You heal 15 points. Good heal.
Hell
Jar
yeah.
of mechanical spiders.
I'm an artificer, that's how I heal people.
That's
Oh
awesome.
my god.
Spiders.
Breaks it. Spiders flow onto him, begins stitching up his wounds.
No,
Floats away, clawing itself, just floats down.
This is... I wanted this to happen, right? This is good.
Elma watches like, I'm learning so much today.
I know.
Spiders on the surface heal you? That's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
In
think
between
that's gonna
turns,
cut it off.
legendary action. The last one it has. It's gonna go ahead and it's gonna bat
Already know.
Fenris.
I feel like Max. Hit me! No,
Just
don't.
battering
I mean,
you around
miss.
with its tail. Goes for one more
Miss.
attack.
Yeah, just like smash, 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 smash.
Crit.
Oh,
Maybe
that's
not,
not
So it
good.
cracks you with its tail. You take 46 damage and you lose concentration on haste.
Holy fuck.
It strikes you. You are at 0 hit points. You lose concentration on haste. As it happens, your body remains suspended, floating in the air as the pale lady behind you seems to
nuts.
temporarily lose concentration on what they were doing.
Ah, balls.
Fenris?
Oh,
That's no good. He's gonna eat me!
Markwire is sad, most likely.
Oh.
He's gonna take his anger out on Kimonia over there.
Do it.
All right. Is he targeting him?
I will target him. Give me 1 second as
Oh,
I
wait.
do the thing. He's also targeting fucking Tenebros. I stopped that. Go ahead.
We're gonna die.
All right. He's gonna reckless attack. Bam, bam.
There is not to.
Yep. Hey-oh!
That's a hit.
Hey-oh!
That's 10 damage.
That's true. Hey-oh!
That's a hit.
Hell yeah.
Hey-oh!
And that's 13 damage.
Nice. I can't action surge, so he's gonna.
So with the
try.
gauntlets, when they're used one-handed, he can use his bonus action to attack again.
Oh, we'll do that then.
Okay.
Hey-oh!
And he hits.
Hey-oh!
And he kills it.
Yes.
Looks up, seeing Tenebros being up there, the Abishai lunges at him. He looks towards it, punches them to try to distract them from hitting them, and then just reaches over, punches them again, grabs them by the horns, and rips them both off of its head, causing enough trauma to its skull that it dies.
Nice. And then he'll use 30 feet of his movement to make his way towards the big dragon.
Herp!
He's just so brave, just going right up to it.
He's just so brave, guys. He's so brave.
All right.
Stop healing, you slut.
All right, Tenebros.
Calling the
Okay, sorry.
Tenebros a slut. He is
Yeah.
a slut.
He is a slut. He knows it.
Tenebros is going. The Black Town of Tiamat is going to regard everybody that's coming at them, and they're going to turn their attention to Winchester.
No.
Why?
They turn and they begin diving down towards them.
To be fair, he's probably the most tastiest thing on this field.
Yum yum
There's
yum.
so much
Delicious,
meat on those
delicious
bones.
horse.
Rushes down, dives towards him, gets within range, and he's going to go for attacks on him. Hanzo can't redirect him, can he?
Hanzo is going to replace one of his things for mounting combatant.
He's not.
Hell yeah.
So it rushes down towards Winchester. It's going to go for a bite on him.
Winchester!
And he hits.
Oh, Winchester.
Oh, there he goes.
Bites into him, dealing 29 damage.
He's still alive.
Then going to go for a claw on Winchester, dealing, and it hits.
Oh no.
Dealing.
Goodbye, Winchester.
Winchester is struck and knocked unconscious.
That's dinner. Load.
Elma, you're up, and Hanzo's on deck.
Okay.
I just don't want anyone to die on my watch.
Can I, because he's down more, he flew down a bit more. Can I hit him with Cone of Cold with my staff?
If you aim it from where you are, yes, and not only that, but you can avoid hitting everybody else too because of the orientation. So
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do, so...
we'll say say for proper aiming, you'd have to get like up to the edge of the balcony, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay, you get up to there, you take your staff, you aim it, and a massive eruption of cold, a blizzard bursts forth from it. Make him roll the save.
Blah!
He succeeds, but he'll take half damage.
Oh, he succeeds, damn it!
Yeah, but he'll
He's
take.
incapable of failing a save.
Okay, and then the damage.
Yeah.
You guys
And the damage,
always
right?
assume that, and it's
He
always
failed
so
the
not
one.
true.
He
Because
failed
he
the one
is.
that didn't actually go at him, guys.
And the damage, right?
Yes.
Even he was theoretically fearing Hanzo.
You fire it, he takes the 8, 16, 17. He takes the 17 points from that.
Wow!
As he's frozen. For a second, he's just like drifting through the air as a very large, frozen, like, basically block of ice, and then the shadowy dragon form shatters out of it.
And then lightning!
Then go ahead, fire lightning!
Do I have to do the same thing again?
You go to it and you do the attack roll against him. If you wanna, you'll have disadvantage, so if you want to use inspiration to get advantage, you can.
Yes, I will use that.
So make sure to do that, click the ADV button, and then roll away.
Right. Okay. Get him! And I drag the attack on him, right?
Yes.
Attack okay, cool. And go.
That hits.
Ooh. That was close to a 19. Okay,
I can-
and then, damage is
The big lightning one.
okay, this one. Yeah, come on.
Oh my god!
Oh!
You blast him with a fantastic lightning bolt.
Fuck.
Bro.
Elma cackling maniacally from the balcony.
Man.
I'm so
No, she's just
proud.
she's just seeing everybody and she's just like, ah!
As you fire the cone of cold, you cause a lightning blast to fire through it, so as the cone hits it, and it's like getting lost in it, a streak of lightning breaks the cone apart and goes straight through it and hits him while he's unaware. That was good. That was good damage.
Holy crap. That's all I can do.
Alright. It spreads its wings out, and a wave of darkness erupts from it, and it goes with it affects all creatures within 60 feet of it. All of you need to make a Constitution save, which I'm about to roll. Click.
Click.
Why? Oh, sorry, I rolled it from the wrong place.
I did it.
Ignore that one. Ignore that one. Ignore that one.
Sister,
I have layer actions both on him and on the vestige thing, just for simplicity. I meant to roll that from him.
Ooh, look at all the dice.
I still did it.
Hey, Hanzo got affected by it and still won anyway.
I rolled the 2.
Oh, wait, no, that wasn't Hanzo. Who the hell was that?
Why?
Oh, cool, I wasn't affected.
Vogan!
Yay!
Nice!
You shouldn't have targeted Fenris at all. Quintus and Murkwire failed.
I was about to say. I was
You two
like,
are
of
blinded.
course Fen-
Oh,
no.
heck.
You two are blinded for 1 round.
No.
You guys hear from quite far off in the distance. You hear an eruption, a large blast that sounds kind of like just an explosion, and you turn just in time to see a cannonball streak past the lot of you. Heading.
I hope it hits Tenebros.
It's going for Tenebros.
Yes!
The cannonball fires
Is it
at
a
him.
magical cannonball?
It hits. I'm going. It's not a weapon, is the thing. We can make that argument. I'm gonna just treat it as damage for the purposes of what we're doing.
It's part of the story.
It's
It does story damage.
It does story damage. It's
plot damage.
I mean, it's. I don't. A cannonball's a lot different than a weapon.
It uses its ability plot.
Move on, move it on.
Moving. I mean, if you guys want, I can not do the damage. if you care about the technicalities.
No, just do it.
No, we're agreeing with you. We're making jokes about.
Heckin, it's going to take 20 damage from it because it is going to resist it because it's non-magical. But it takes 20 damage as a cannonball strikes it. In the distance, those that are there, those that can see anyways, will notice a very large, black-skinned individual with flaming hair standing on a floating piece of scenery with a tiefling beside them. The two of them, quite far away from the fight, working together to load and reload a cannon and, like, aiming it on this floating chunk of land as you see Blister and Fume in the distance. You see Fume, like, putting his hand over the fuse of the cannon and using the heat from his own body to light it.
Breathe, right?
What a boy!
They're a few hundred feet away at this point. Not close enough to get meaningfully, like, into the battle, but they are assisting via cannon. Lyra and Murkwire's on deck and blind.
Yep.
Lyra's
He's blindly on
Like he cares.
upward and diagonally toward Lexi. And
Hi,
then
Miriam.
they're going to not Miriam but Lyra.
Oh, hi, Lada.
And then they're gonna do some sorcerer shit.
Oh shit. That sounds cool.
They're gonna do some nasty sorcerer shit.
Oh no, they're
Hot
gonna beat me up.
sorcerer shit.
Hot girl sorcerer shit.
So it's level 3.
TM.
So they're gonna use quicken spell. They're gonna fireball. And then they're gonna fireball.
All right.
Oh, what was that? It must have been the cannonball.
They just get up next to Lexi as they put both of their hands up and just, like, they do, like, finger guns to either side, crossing their arms across their chest, and a mote of fire appears in front of each of their set of fingers. They just look over to Lexi and they're like, I've got to say, this is quite a step up from what I signed up for with you, considering that the original deal was about gnolls! And she hurls both of them at them.
Yeah, one to the north, one to the east. I'm gonna exclude everyone else, because why would they not? And I'm gonna roll 2 fireballs.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and target it. You can just roll them from the sheet if you want. You don't have to drag it.
Boop. Number 1.
They do succeed, but just barely.
Oh.
That hits.
Number 2. Oh, I gotta retarget.
Retargeted.
Oh.
They succeed that one as well.
Yeah, of course they do.
Fire both fireballs strike them. They take a total of. Did you roll the damage on that one? I don't see the damage.
I clicked it and did not roll.
Yeah, I saw
There's
holding the last
one
two
dice
just
remaining.
hanging out.
Yeah, I was
Yeah,
thinking
like,
that might just be me.
Oh yeah.
It's, you know, it's
hanging out.
Oh fuck! I clicked
the
it and that
fuck?
happened.
Quintus?
Why is it say?
What's
what
happening?
the hell?
I'm very
I
confused.
did it apparently. I don't know.
Quintus, did you just do something with Aristides Halberd?
I didn't do. I have not even touched it.
Liar.
Yeah, that dice
Not
is just
touched.
hanging out on there.
Yeah.
Why don't we give that a sec?
I have not.
What is
anything.
what is it? What does it say the result is for you?
It does not say a result.
Oh.
I'm trying to figure out what that dice is doing. So it's
Do you think it's possible that because there's a slight physics system with this, do you think it's possible that is like?
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it
I
is.
think it was tilted. I don't think it had totally landed.
Oh my god.
Got caught in the corner.
Jesus.
Takes 13 more damage as 2 massive explosions break out on his. I'm sorry, that's. Can someone clip that? Just, please, just that whole
Hang
period
on.
of time.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
Oh, we gotta chat. Someone out there clip it. Lyra learned delayed blast fireball. All right, is that Lyra?
That's their bonus action movement. Yeah, that's them.
Alright. Murkwire. Hey, what's Murkwire doing?
Merc.
He's gonna...
by the by,
fucking-
sister, you're on deck.
Awesome.
He's
Thank
gonna
you.
wander on over and recklessly attack it.
He's gonna be like, I know you're up there somewhere!
Pretty much.
You're gonna just fall down until he hits it. Go ahead and he's blinded, but put reckless attack on. Roll the attacks.
Land on him and keep punching him.
Does he have anything that could like help him with his, like damage or
Rage.
Yeah. He's still raging. Right?
Rage and reckless attack.
Is he still raging?
Yes, he
like,
is.
He hasn't worn off yet. Cool.
Hell.
Hey-ya! Darn.
Oh.
Hey-ya! Darn.
Oh, they're not even heckin'. I wasn't targeting him, but it's fine because it would have been straight rolls. Yeah, he misses both of those,
Yeah.
unfortunately. Actually, hold on. Let's be nice here. No, he doesn't have any favor. Damn it. Never mind.
Yeah, he's fine.
He plummets down and takes 2 shots against it, but Tenebros knowingly just moves away, and as the 2 explosions erupt on him, they put Murkwire slightly off course, and Murkwire punches and strikes down a bit farther than he means to.
Gotcha. Well, that's Murkwire then. So...
Tenebros' turn.
Stop healing!
He is going to look at everything that's going on around him.
And he's gonna cry because there's no
Say,
way he
"Fuck
can
this."
Tenebros is going to decide to take the... How many people are adjacent to him exactly? Hanzo is. Let's move him. Hanzo, we gotta move you back up to like where you would... Stop it! To where you would be. To keep trying to move Hanzo and it keeps moving Tenebros. Let's see. He's gonna take the disengage action.
No!
Thing about
Does
that.
he do it like a bonus action because he's a part rogue dragon?
He's not a rogue right now. Can't do that shit
Okay,
as a
cool.
dragon.
Thank God.
But, heckin', yeah, go ahead. If you want to try to do that thing that I know that you're thinking about doing, Avi, then go for it.
Come on, Avi.
Come on.
Rogan.
Hit him.
Come on, Avi.
Yes!
That hits! Roll your damage against him.
Sneak attack.
Oh,
I was gonna say, would I get snack
punch him in his
against-
bones.
And
Do it.
Sentinel.
Yeah.
So what
Oh
does
yeah,
that-
that's
that's
the
why
point,
I can
Brett.
back them. That's the point.
well,
I Sentinel
When
because
do I
you
ever
can
get the
disen-
point?
No, it's all good. Even if someone disengages from me, I can still hit them. Is the thing, and
Oh,
then
that's
their
nice.
movement becomes.
So go
zero.
ahead and roll that against him. So you do so. As it tries to move away, you strike it. It takes 25 damage. As you hit it, you manage to dig into its wing in such a way that it cries out and can't move. That's
It cries.
that's its turn.
Do it.
You're not going anywhere.
That was his attempt at taking an action. That's his speed
No.
becomes 0 for this turn.
Hell
What
yes.
happened?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to flash Victorious over to him because he's in my fucking rage.
It's true.
I love the amount of re-energy you have right now. I just wanted
There's
to
so
let
much
you know.
re-energy, dude. Oh man, okay, I'm just gonna check that off before I do it. I'm going to get all up in his biz house.
Do it. Get him.
His bizos.
Don't forget your inspiration.
Yee. You know I was
stab
going
him
to.
out.
You gain a favor. That hits.
You hella don't need it.
I don't need it. He's too close to my boys.
I don't need it.
Brr.
Oh my god.
Teleport up beside it.
Max damage, you slut.
You. Why do you have disadvantage? Do I still have that effect on him?
Aggressive.
I shouldn't. Oh, he had.
The effect's not on
disadvantage.
him anymore. Why do you have disadvantage?
Oh, weird. I'm like, I have advantage. I don't know why I have disadvantage.
Advantage in attack, bardic inspiration, bless, blah, blah, blah. Advantage, disadvantage. Oh, it's because it
Oh,
was
long range.
Long range, which doesn't matter for you for
Yeah.
that. So yeah, no, you would have had sneak attack on that if you wanted to roll that retroactively.
Can she roll
Yeah.
for crit?
If
she would have had it.
Sure, roll a d20.
Cool. Hubba.
Okay, so you wouldn't have gotten a crit. Just now roll your sneak attack damage. I'll add it on there.
Brr.
All right.
They're coming.
Oh, 8.
It's fine.
It takes
I'll
8
take
more
what I can
damage.
get.
As you appear and you strike it, as you do, go ahead and continue your turn. Make other attacks if you want to.
Yeah, another attack.
Fucking
Another 19.
Gain another favor and
Yep.
roll your damage.
Uh-huh. He's too close to my fucking family. Cool, I can do that.
That doesn't do damage.
Well, dicks.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna. Whew, okay, I'm gonna put. All right, last attack, and I'm gonna put my bardic if I don't like.
You don't have to say that. Yeah, there you go.
No, that was mostly for me, just like talking out loud.
Yep.
Yeah, I feel that.
Reminding yourself.
Yeah, it's a self reminder.
That's a hit.
Okay.
I'll get him.
Come here, you slut!
That does
You're
more
a
damage.
Yes, yes.
I'm just. I like to picture as she's just like going at him, she's keeping an eye on fucking Morian and Rory and Valder and just like screaming fucking just demonically at him as she's going for her attacks.
Oh.
She's not happy. And that's me.
What's up, Lexi?
Oh, okay. God fucking damn it, man. These arrows ain't working out, but I got one left. Fucking.
And you can get sneak attack.
It's true.
Yeah, I'm right there.
I'm gonna head towards boy like an idiot. I'm gonna
Like
go
a fool.
Like a fucking
common fool.
I will go here.
Where is here?
30
I
feet.
got my token, 30 feet.
It disappeared.
It disappeared for some reason.
3, 4,
It went
5,
into the storm.
So getting to there, are you heading down as well?
Yeah. Yeah. I'll go down. Heckin'. Yeah. I'm also going to bonus action. I can Hunter's Mark the boy because I haven't done that.
Okay.
And I can do that for free. So yeah, get fucking got.
Get
Okay.
fucking got.
Fucking got. I'm trying to shoot him with the last of these fucking arrows.
I believe in you.
What a mistake!
Never a mistake.
Oh!
Never a fucking mistake.
God!
Crit, roll your damage. Even though it's not gonna matter, roll your damage. At least the benefit is it maxes.
Sneak attack.
First. Yeah, add your sneak attack.
Oh,
Never a
This is gonna
So-
be gross.
Fucking.
Never.
Yeah, so crits don't work on him, so there's no point in me hitting the critical button, right?
You don't have to hit the critical button. You roll the crit. But even though it doesn't, the thing is, the crit maxes your normal damage die.
Big deal.
So that
Not
gives you a
too
bit
big
of
deal.
extra. So go ahead.
I'd like you to die.
You
That's
deal
shit.
damage.
My God.
Look at all those ones, though.
Yeah,
I
unfortunately.
know.
All the green
Yeah,
ones are the
getting
ones that
there,
don't
right?
take effect.
Yeah, that sucks.
Oh.
You fire it as it hits it, it strikes it and it recoils from it as the arrow lets out a bright flash of light as it hits it. That's the last of the amylite arrows for this particular use. Roll the save against him.
Make the check, but yeah, I was gonna say.
no reason
let
not
me
to do it,
try. Oh.
Take enough saving
This
throws.
would be the
one.
best one to make, though. This would be the best check to make right now.
No, please, fucking one on this shit, you bitch.
Pretty please.
He
Ah.
succeeds.
Nards.
Fucking
Because he's a
By 1 point.
Yo, I'm not enjoying the amount of slut shaming we're doing on this stream right now.
It's Tenebros.
Never before have I not needed to use a creature's legendary resistances.
Well, I guess I'm gonna start making my way downtown.
Walking fast.
Are you walking fast?
Hey.
Our faces passing?
I'm floating, you
Are you
imbeciles.
homebound?
Vogan
I love how
Vogan-
this guy. I love how this
fine.
guy's just gonna sit there and watch through everything. Like we're gonna save him for last. We're gonna kill his boss.
Sorry,
first.
yeah, Aaron?
By that path Vogan took when he passed through him, or I guess he could go around.
Are
I
you
can go around. It's fine.
Yeah.
Drawing a straight line.
Are you
That's
choosing
my
to
turn.
remain in the air, or are you landing?
I will land.
Okay. You get in and you get effectively behind one of the pillars, so if it were to, for example, breath attack, you would have partial cover against it at that point.
Cool.
And that's between these 2 turns. Legendary action. Another tail coming at you.
Man.
It's okay.
Agony.
And And tail, it hits.
Of course it does.
Tail comes in, strikes you again. Deals 21 reduced to 20 damage.
I will take that. I'll take whatever I can get.
Yeah, temporary
Well, yeah, I
hit
had
point.
1 temporary hit point left.
What's Tantia doing?
God, I feel
Right.
like she would want
Come
to
to
go
me,
and
my
punch the dragon.
She couldn't make it over there in one turn. I will tell you that
Exactly.
she would probably go after the nearest enemy she could deal
Yeah,
anything to.
that sounds... Yes. Yes. So she's gonna punch this Abishai.
Okay, she's just gonna go down the... She's gonna go up to get up to it. Go ahead.
Yeah. And I believe she'll be taking all 4 of her attacks.
Gotcha. That is a miss on the first one. Rushes up towards it. As she does she swipes at it between Flux and the Abishai. The Abishai, well, I guess Flux is 50 feet up, so she doesn't do that. She gets in his face.
Okay. Waba!
Ba-bam!
What is up with touching these 19s?
Remember, she has 3 favor. Just
It's true, I'm
reminder.
gonna use a favor.
Okay, give me 1 sec. I'm actually gonna rename the field to favor, because right now it's hero point. Ew, you made it say hero point.
I'm
Ew.
sorry.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay.
Icky.
That's a hit.
Wapa! Wapa!
It takes 9 damage from that. 2 more
I
attacks.
guess I use another favor.
Go for it.
This time it actually says favor, so good. Nice. Wapa!
That's a hit.
Yeah. Wapa! Yeah!
12 damage. She has 1 more attack.
One more time. Okay. Wapa!
And hit. Roll damage.
Yeah! Wapa!
He will not be saved for last. He is dead.
Get him, son! Get him!
I like the new skull though.
Yeah.
Yeah, looks good. Okay. And now to my character that only does 1 attack around. Yay!
Come here, Finny.
Yeah, she's on her way. Tell everybody I'm on my way.
So she
to
went
punch.
up about 30 feet to get there, because she was already a bit down. So that would have been her movement to get to where she is.
Yes. Oh.
She was at
Fenris
negative
this
20
round?
before, and you went
Right.
up to 10. That would be her movement. I'm talking
Okay.
Tantia, not Fenris.
Oh, duh. Yes, that would be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Between these turns, final legendary action from Tenebros. Tail attack.
Mm-hmm.
He's butt wiggling you to death.
He's a monster.
Whoop!
He's a monster.
That's absolutely a hit.
Mm-hmm.
He does the monster
come-
mash.
What?
Sorry, has he had a turn since he used his, like, dash action to get
Yeah.
all the way over there?
He has 5.
Cool.
It takes 2 to dash, and each of these tail
he's got
attacks is 1.
5. Oh, fuck.
There's 11
Okay.
of you. Like, even if that wasn't factored in, like, let's be real.
It's so true. That's fair.
He did the monster.
He hits you
smash.
for 21, Avi.
Okay.
Fenris.
Yeah.
So, on this particular turn,
Yeah.
I need you to roll me 1d100 for the Pale Lady. And roll it.
Ah!
Yeah,
Why's
just
it gotta be me?
because
No, I'm
you
grateful
wonder
that
why.
it's
You're right. I'll roll for my mom.
No! Hey! You go away, you stinky. I'm so grateful. I'm just scared because I happen to be bred.
Yep.
Lower the better.
Eh?
As this happens, as you begin to take your turn, you look over towards the Pale Lady and you see they seem to stop conjuring whatever it was they were conjuring, and they put their arms out to the side, and you see in a moment a wound open up in their chest as if they'd been struck by the same spear that had struck them before. You see their body collapse against the stonework behind them as if it's pierced down into it. And there's a bright flash from outside as the remainder of the gemstone barrier cracks open and the outside world reappears. There's a large flash of light as people begin reforming in the city, but the barrier separating you guys and the demiplane that the ritual was creating is now gone. The city is now back. Those of you flying, you have 1 more turn of flying. And then you fall.
Hooray! I'm on the ground.
Which is really bad for a particular person, a particular horse.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
I feel really
fuck.
bad for any bystanders that are below these giant chunks of rock.
Oh, fuck.
The rocks are going to disappear.
Oh, they're disappearing? Okay.
The city's
never
going back to
mind.
normal.
Yo, I thought they were gonna fall.
As this
down.
happens, this coincides and sound seems to entirely cut out. Everything goes totally quiet as the moonlight from the outside reasserts. It's once again the middle of the night. You guys are once again reconnected to the outside world. Gravity starts reasserting itself, and Fenris, you see the Pale Lady's body pierced into the ground. But you see them pull themselves up as the gems float in a perfect line in front of them. And you see blood coming out of their mouth, and they're struggling to move, and they put their hand up and wrap their hand around some sort of invisible construct, and they start pulling from their chest. And you see the image of a spear coming into existence, the handle of it forming along the lines where the gems were, as if they're each embedded into the shaft of this spear that you saw in the vision of them being pierced by it. And as they pull it entirely out of their body, there is a eruption as air just sweeps out from them. And as blood gushes from their chest, they fall back and collapse to the ground as the spear floats up into the air, takes perfectly solid form with each of the colors of the gems shining from the place they've taken in the handle. As you see, I'm gonna get it.
I know she's a god and she's maybe okay, but I'm
As you
fucking
see,
crying!
floating in front of you, this spear.
Whoa.
Whoa!
Shimmering with an ethereal look to it, as if it's not real, with each of those little indentations along it being filled, with 7 of them being filled, with the gemstones that are seemingly giving it extra power, and a diamond blade. You all recognize it as the same one that you saw in the mural on the wall when you saw that archangel. Anyone who takes this and uses it, I'll let you know that for the purposes of what we're doing, you will be attuned to it.
It's it's the namesake.
Oh my god. That's the name of the
Zodiac sphere with 7 of the primal gemstones, created from their essence, pulled across time and temporarily recreated in front of you to form it, and with the memory of the Pale Lady being taken down by it and struck with it, being used to recreate it temporarily in the present. The spear that you'd spoken about, the godslaying spear, floats near you, Fenris.
What does that mean? I don't want to make my constituent mad by touching it.
it.
What do I do?
Touch
What
it.
do you want to do, Brian?
Kill it, yeah.
Touch
I want to
it.
take it! I want to grab it! I grab
And
it!
take.
I grab it! Oh, this feels wrong. This killed my god.
Did it?
Well, it did a lot of pain to them.
That son of a
Winchester,
bitch.
death save.
There we go.
Then we'll add 1d4 to it.
Succeeds.
Succeeds.
I feel like he should get 1 hit point.
I don't agree.
Yeah.
The Talon's turn. Avi, you are directly in front of it.
Yup.
Alright.
So it is going to... It's going to go for you.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to go for its bite attack on you, goes for it, and
I'm
it
getting
hits. Go ahead and
Gonna
apply it.
bury himself into the rug.
Oh, there it is. Bye, guys.
No.
Bye, y'all.
Hiya.
Oh, I had it hit itself by accident, so I'm just going to go ahead.
Hey!
You are technically... Ah, that's why. You are technically in one of its spaces. I'm going to just casually bump you back a little bit.
Do it.
So the damage it rolled, it did... Boom. That shouldn't have been a full 30... Oh, that was just the damage roll. Right. So I'm just going to roll a new one. Bam. Gotcha. It hits. As it hits you, it goes over your hit points by 15. It bites into you. It is going to discard you to the side somewhat. As it does, it's going to look forward. It's going to regard everybody who is in front of it. And it is going to start making some decisions. Tenebros can't act mindlessly at this point. It is going to It's going to move over towards you, Omar.
Oh, hi. Hi, friend.
Oh no, you leave him alone. He is the goodest
As it
boy.
moves over towards you,
No.
get up there. It's gonna go for its 2 claw attacks on you.
Do it.
Well, it's gonna go for 1 claw attack on you, rather. Claws at you, hits.
Okay.
Strikes you, dealing 21 damage. It's then going to move over you and go through these pillars. These pillars are coming down as it moves. Sister, you're up.
Alright, I think, so,
Oh,
yeah,
baby
Sister's
hurts.
just gonna fucking tear off after this dragon.
Get it.
And then just go in with her sword, so...
Fuck him up.
Fuck him up.
That hits.
Okay.
Oh.
Yay!
Right.
You do 12 damage to it. You cut into it as it's struggling to stand back up.
I get my second attack.
Yes, you do.
You need Jesus.
And that's,
Tenebros.
okay, roll your damage.
Okay. Now, question. I have my Dark One's Old Luck, where I get to add a d10. I think, is that only ability checks and saving throws? Or
What
can I also add that to damage?
What does it say?
Oh, wait, never mind. No, it does say. Cool, never mind. So, can't add that, but I will.
It takes 14 damage from that attack.
My god. So yeah, but she is there. And has cut him severely.
As it's hit, it like lets out a mournful roar. As it's clearly not enjoying the fight anymore.
Well, now that I'm losing.
Yep.
Right.
Shit ain't so interesting anymore, is it?
Because I sure am.
Avi.
His sister
Yeah,
goes
you
like,
death
wait
save.
right here, child. Just-
Oh! Avi! Avi nat 20s! Avi's up!
Shit, Avi!
You are
Get it.
you are prone though.
Aw.
That's okay! I was
Champion!
sorry, I was like almost crying. Oh. Okay.
I feel that.
Okay, so I'm
Weenie got a
up
weenie.
with this thing. Shut up, I'm gonna kill you, but yes, I'm a big old weenie. I'm gonna use my action to demonic regeneration.
That's fair.
Because I have a single hit point.
Oh.
Wait, no, he goes. No, he can legendary action. I'm not gonna do that. But I could throw things at him. I'm debating. Do I get healthy? Or do I throw?
These are the questions.
Yeet.
Blood or blood?
Yeet, yeet, things.
Do it.
Yeet, things.
Yeet the things.
Things.
You know what?
Delete us.
It's time for a Yeetus deletus. I'm going to. I have to bonus action. I have to summon back Vox Victoria because I threw it earlier.
Okay.
Bonus action summon Vox Victoria. Die, you hoe!
That hits.
Nice.
Yeetus!
You get sneaked, right? You get sneaked.
I sure fucking do, bitch.
Get that snack tip.
Okay.
Do it, murder him!
Sneak up at one of them.
Fuck you, Tenebros.
You deal 32 damage to it. As you throw it at it, you appear beside it. You strike it.
Why would I appear beside? I didn't flash.
Oh, sorry, you didn't do
I
that.
did-
You just threw. Sorry.
No,
Go ahead.
I just
I'm
threw-
so trained to assume you're doing that all
It's
the time.
okay. Usually I do it, but I have a single hit point. You see?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Don't want to be next to it. What do you mean?
For you see.
Lexi, you're on deck, by the way.
So I bonus action, I summon it back, and then I threw it. So I'm going to just throw a regular magical dagger. At
Gotcha. This is the one that does it. Regular dagger.
it. Dude, if it did,
Nope.
I would be shocked. Yeah, I'm gonna put my bargain straight to it.
Do it.
By the way, as of them fading away, I'm also going to say that starting now, the ladies, Pale Lady's Blessing, that is gone.
Yeah.
No, lady's been pretty
No,
quiet. for
why
her
starting
fight.
now? You couldn't let me have my turn. God damn.
Sorry. You, as it rushes over all of you, and it tries to push past you. Miriam and Quintus, you guys are the first person to see this massive draconic shadow moving underneath and sweeping up the side of the castle.
Oh.
Oh.
One moment, please.
Yeah!
Sweeping up the side of the castle. Initially, you see a reflection of light that you take to be Lilywind, as it comes sweeping up, and as it looms forward, getting into the way of the Tenebros as it tries to leave, this large pair of red wings comes up and, black wings spread out, completely blocking the exit to the balcony. As you see another Draconic Archfiend appear in front of it and catch it as it's moving out.
Shit!
Roaring at it and pushing it back in and shoving it back to where it was, pinning it against the ground as it struggles and fights against it. A lot like, many of you may not have seen that yet, so I'm not going to use that comparison. As it roars back up against it, this dragon puts its claw on its throat and roars back inches from its face. That's about all it can do. It can't immediately attack it. I'm not going to throw its token on there, but just it's occupying the same space as it's holding Tenebros down. You see a large barbed tail whipping around, and you see one of its claws moving to its chest, trying to pull back the plates over its heart. Moving forward, Vogan.
I would like to run over and try and strike where the the part where, you know, the red dragon is trying to pull apart.
All right, I'm gonna throw prone on him.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go roll your attack.
Yes.
Oh no.
This might be it.
Get him.
Just in case.
get a
He hasn't
souvenir
seemed
boy?
to like resist any lightning damage that has been thrown at him, right?
I don't believe.
No.
No, he hasn't.
Yeah, he got lightning balled like right
Yeah,
out
I've hit
the
him a
gate,
lot
he
with
was fine.
lightning.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna bonus action. Oh wait. I'm a bonus action. Pull out Orbis.
Now you rush towards it. Put your hand out. Orbis appears in your hands as you lunge towards him.
All right. Wait, I gotta switch it to two-handed. There we go. I'm gonna fucking get him. Ha! I should have advantage. Oh wait, I wasn't targeting him, but I assume that hits. I'm gonna roll another d20 just in case.
Yes,
You hit.
okay.
All right. Huh? Huh? Yes!
As you rush towards it, for the purposes of what's happening, as you rush towards it and you bring your blade down on it, you see ripping as the scales on its chest are being pulled back and open by the red Draconic Archfiend on top of it. You bring your blade up and strike towards it, and the arc of lightning hits it, weakening it, and you see its arms crack back, pulling open its chest as the Tenebros leans back and cries out in pain, and immediately the red dragon lifts its head back, lets out a roar that shakes the foundation of the floor you're on, and then you see its maw dive into and pierce into its chest where its heart should be. Tenebros begins clawing at it and yelling, letting out these roars that are causing almost shockwaves around it, even pushing you, Vogan, back for a second, as you hear organic ripping as the Draconic Archfiend on top of it pulls back with this large, glowing, heart-like organ between its teeth, which it rips out and pulls its head back. And as soon as it's taken out of the creature, you see it's the Tenebros' claw reaching up, faintly scratching at the red Draconic Archfiend's throat, and then falls down to the side. You see the red Draconic Archfiend swallow the heart that it ripped out of it.
Gulp.
And the body of the black Draconic Archfiend begins to petrify, turn to stone. You see it not so much losing color, but the texture of it changes. The glow under its skin begins to fade away until it seems no more than a collapsed, almost shell-like skeleton of what it was. You see the red Draconic Archfiend shakes briefly, and the red glow under its own skin briefly shifts and flashes green and then back to red. And it turns back and regards everybody else in the room, looming over the body of the other one. Fenris, the spear that's in your hand, the Zodiac Slayer, as the red Draconic Archfiend moved over you, you felt a furious feeling erupt from it and fill your arm as if it is offended at it. Not at you, but at this enemy escaping from it.
I would like to imagine, you know, the gif that's like Fenris and Lexi, and then Quintus like falling and tackling Kitty.
Yeah.
Right? Like that level of catch.
And then
And
I need that gift, by the way, Den.
Yeah, same.
that happening. Flux.
All right. Can I just move or?
Yep, you have one more turn of floating.
Okay, cool. Then, just because I think it would look funny, rather than trying to like flail my way toward the balcony, I turn around, cast Thunder Wave in the opposite direction, and try and blow myself.
You
back.
use Thunder Wave and it causes you to erupt backwards. Just as you fly back and tumble to the ground in the throne room.
oh, there goes Flux.
Elma, you are still blinded. You have no idea. You didn't even see the red dragon.
Blind on the edge of a storm sphere and the edge of a building.
Oh god.
Not yet.
Yet!
In that case, we're out of initiative. I'm removing initiative. Miriam and Winchester and Quintus, you all feel gravity reassert itself. The stones and debris that's in the air around you peels away, vanishes as if it was just an illusion. And the calm night sky returns, and you begin falling. As you fall, you also notice that there's just a wave of soft, like, ethereal energy moving across the city, and you just see various little, what look like, from where you are, they're almost like just dots, but you see people reappearing in the city as it reforms, almost as if nothing had happened. You both start to fall.
I grab Kitty. I'll never let him go.
As you guys do, you plummet out of the sight of everybody else. They fall down towards the ground, falling 100 feet, 200 feet, 300 feet.
Oh no!
400 feet.
Then they either hit the ground or they do something.
600 feet.
That was like sitting like, what do you want?
I got so scared for a moment. Don't
He's
do
like,
that.
I would have loved it if he would have just like, what? I don't have any spell slots.
Yeah, I really thought.
Can that, you can cast it on up to 6 creatures, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you guys come near the ground, he casts it, you suddenly slow and land on the ground with relative safety as the last of the magical energy in the city reaches out towards the edges and everything is returned to how it was before this began. In the distance...
Oh, right, you can do that!
In the distance, the three of you see the shadow of the Draconic Archfiend moving against the sky, against some of the stars, taking off beyond the city walls, swooping down out of sight across the horizon. And with that, though there's still
see
stuff...
if Elmira beat up Keen.
So there's still stuff that needs to be done, and I don't know if we're going to be able to get our guest boys back for next game. I don't know how much time you guys have, but I think we're done here for today. We'll be back next week, YouTube.
Goodbye, YouTube!
We'll see you guys.
Bye.